Hello everyone, you are here with Peter Dennis. Today is the fourth video of this lesson and I wonder we have come up this far. Who has finished all of your assignments? Raise your hand. I hope you all have finished and review all your assignments and make sure you hand it to me in time so I can check on my little checklist. Last time we were talking about the there was and there were, and before we moved on to another topic, I'd like to talk about there was and there were one more time. Okay. Here is the structure of there was and there were, which is the past tense of there is and there are. Let's take a closer look. Sorry. This is the affirmative sentence. So you say there was a pencil. There were some boys. Now remember, if they were singular, you're using a pencil. And this one, boys, plurals. It's plural form, so we're using some instead of a. And for its negative sentence, the negative is using not. And the contractions is wasn't and weren't. There wasn't a pencil. There weren't any boys. This one. For the interrogative form or the question form, we put was or were in front of the sentence. For example, was there a pencil? Was there any juice? Were there any books? But wait a second, this one using was, this one using was, that means it's singular, right? Why is this one using a, this one using any? Who can answer these questions? Let me remind you something. Do you still remember countable nouns and uncountable nouns? That's right. Countable nouns, it's the nouns you can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. But in English, we have uncountable nouns. It means the nouns that you cannot count. And juice is one of them. Juice is uncountable nouns. So that is why we are using any with juice. Understand? The third question here using were. Were there any books? Book, it's a noun and it's also countable nouns. But on this case, books, you see the S there? That means it has more than one book. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books are up there. So they were asking, were there any books? And for the short answers, you just answer real short, but not just yes or no. This is the shortest form that you should give out the answers. Yes, there was. No, there wasn't. No, there weren't. Or yes, there were. For these lessons, we're gonna start out with the activities book. So everyone, please take out your activities book and turn to page 5 first. Since I remember that I have been giving you an assignment on the activity 4, page 5, but I haven't actually given out the answers yet. I bet some of you has already came up to me and have me checked it, but a lot of you who've watching this at home who hasn't checked it yet, I would like you to take it out and have a quick look. Let's go over this one more time. This one. Write responses using let's and shall we. You can have two kind of answers. Either one is fine with me. For example, number 2, what does isobar mean? You can say, I don't know. Shall we look in a dictionary? Or let's look in a dictionary. There's two kind of answers that you can give it to me. You don't have to write both of them, but I need you to write it correctly in the correct form, and only one sentence is enough. But if you'd like to write both sentences in your workbook, then that's good, so that you will learn how to say it in both ways. Number 3, what's the phone number of the museum? I don't know. Shall we look at the leaflet? Or what is it? You can guess now. Let's look at the leaflet. Number 4, what day of the week is your birthday this year? I don't know. Shall we check on the calendar? Or let's check on the calendar. Turn to page 6. We are on page 6, the activities book. This page, you will see on the top of the page, it says there was and there were. On the top of the page, right here, it says there was and there were. However, I have walked you through this just a few minutes ago, so I'm sure that you would understand the structure, how the structure works, right? Affirmative, there was for singular, there were for plural. Using some or any. If it's negative form, you using any. If it's questions, you put was or were in front of the sentences. And the short answers has to be yes, there was, no, there wasn't. They could not be just yes or no. All right, that is a quick review. Okay. Here, this one, I want you to take a look. This one is activity 1. They said listen and number. Listen and number. Do you see? There will be a conversation. Meg and Rav will talking about the library. But what are they talking about? We don't know. We about to find out. Oh, by the way, look at picture D. Picture D, they're already number 1 in the box. So take number 1 as an example. All right, ready? Let's go.
Listening 1.8. Listen and number.
I love the new library. It's great.
Number 1.
What was the old library like? The old library? It had small windows and there was a wooden door.
Number 2.
And what about inside the library? What was it like? Well, there were lots of books. Of course.
Number 3.
Was there a computer room?
No, there wasn't.
Number 4.
Were there any comics?
No, there weren't.
Really? I think the new library is better.
Me too.
Okay. Do you have all the answers, or do you need to listen to it one more time? I don't think you need to listen to it one more time. If you want to listen to it one more time, you can pause this video and then rewind back to where I start. But from this one, I would like to give out the answers now. Okay, D is 1, and then what picture is number 2? Picture A. Picture A. What picture is number 3? They were talking about computers, so short things has to be picture C. And the last one, they were talking about comics, so it is picture 4. I will let you listen to the conversation again, and I wonder what were they talking about. Do you remember what were they talking about? They were talking about the library, but what about it? What about the library? And what is Ralph's opinions on new library? Now let's listen one more time.
Listening 1.8. Listen and number.
I love the new library. It's great.
Number 1.
What was the old library like?
The old library? It had small windows and there was a wooden door.
Number 2.
And what about inside the library? What was it like?
Well, there were lots of books.
Of course.
Number 3.
Was there a computer room?
No, there wasn't.
Number 4.
Were there any comics?
No, there weren't.
Really? I think the new library is better.
Me too.
So, what did they talking about? They were talking about the old library versus the new library. What did Ralph's opinions on the new library? Does he like the new library? Yes, he says the new library is better than the old one. Now that you have finished with your listening practice skill, it's time for grammar. Look at activity 2. Activity 2, look at that. Make sentences, match them to the pictures in activity 1. So in activity 1, there are picture, and then for this activity 2, they have words that come in the thing that you need to rearrange to the correct structure of was there, there was, were there were structure that I've been teaching you. So look, let's take a look. Was there a computer room? Why did they have was there a computer room? Correct, that's because they have a question mark. As soon as you saw a question mark, you instantly know that it's a question. So what would you do with a question? Of course, you have to put was or were in front of the sentence. And that's it. Voila. So you got this. Was there a computer room? Don't forget the question mark. And then you go up there and see the picture. So these 4 pictures, they were talking about stuff. And the one that we're talking about computers is picture C. So they were asking, was there a computer room? The answer is picture C. So as you know, you go on and do number 2, 3, and 4 after this video has finished. Don't do it yet because I'll give you another assignment that I need to explain it to you. You have to understand first before you'll be able to do it. So what was there at the zoo? Activity 4. They were talking about zoo. You have to write questions and answers. Questions, something, there was, there were, so the questions should be was there or were there. So look at these lists. The lists say dolphins, crocodile, penguins, monkeys, elephant, tarantula. So there are lists of animals, and then you can see the cross and the tick near it, near the name of the animals. Well, you went to the zoo. Ollie says, I went to the zoo yesterday. So you need to ask him question. Number 1, the picture of the penguin. So, were there any penguins? Look at the penguins and the cross. There is the cross right here. So the answer should be no, there weren't. Now, picture 2, the picture of an elephant, and you're asking, was there an elephant? You have to ask, was there an elephant, because in the picture there's only one elephant that appears on the picture. So that's why it has to be singular. So you're asking, was there an elephant? You see the tick here. So what is the answer? The answer should be yes, there was. Number 3, this is like, who likes tarantula? I don't know, they creepy, they legs and they hairy and they scary. I don't like tarantula. Okay, so anyways, there were tarantula there. They weren't. Oh, thank God. Okay, so this is a tarantula, and you will say, how many tarantula in the picture? 1 tarantula. So you would say, was there a tarantula? What is the answer? There was cross. No. So what is it? No, there wasn't. Alright, do you understand? I'm sure you do. I hope you do, because you will have to fill out and finish this exercise 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right after this video. Who still recollect or remember the story from the library where the incredible team had to go to the library to find out how long is the equator? Well, on page 7 in the activities book, page 7. You will have to match the sentence together. For example, number 1, match it the right hand side to the left hand side. Number 1, the Incredible team went to the library. Okay? Then you will have to match number 2 to number 8, that match the letter A to letter H. I will play the audios for you one more time just in case you don't remember. But if you like to remember, you can always go back and read on lesson 3 in the student or class book. But now I would like you to listen to the story one more time.
Listening 1.6. Listen and read.
The first question. At the library.
Look! The red wolves are here.
Come on, let's go in. Let's find a librarian.
Excuse me, can you help us?
Certainly. We have to answer a question. How long is the equator?
I don't know, but I can help you find out. That's strange. I was here 5 minutes ago. There were some geography CDs on the shelf.
Where are they now? Oh, look. The red wolves have got them.
Why not look on the internet?
Brilliant. Come on. Here's a computer.
But there isn't a mouse.
There was a mouse next to the computer. I saw it.
Let's look in a book.
Good idea. But which book?
Look in the big encyclopedia. It's over there on the table.
5 minutes later.
Look, I found the answer.
The equator is 40,075 kilometers long.
Well done. Now wait for the next text message.
Our computer crashed.
Bad luck.
All right. Now it's time for you to match. We already done number 1. What about number 2? Can you see? I will expand it a little. How about now? Is it better for you? Hope so. Hope you can see. Okay. Number 2. They talked to a lot of you didn't think, just wanna copying my answer to your book, right? Please think and help me. That will help you too. They talked to a librarian. Number 3, they saw. What did they see? They saw the red wolves. Number 4, the red wolves had the geography CDs. The children decided to look on the internet. There wasn't a mouse next to the computer. They looked in an encyclopedia and found the answer. The last one, the red whoops, didn't find the answer. Do you understand? Can you follow it through?